New tonight, an unthinkable story unfolding in Washington Heights. Chaos at a funeral home when families show up for services only to find the bodies of their loved ones are not there. And in some cases, it got even worse. Eyewitness News reporter Lucy Yang is in Washington Heights tonight with more on these families' horror. Lucy?
Well, Sandra, weeping turned to outright anger tonight. Families complained caskets were hours late being delivered. In some cases, the cadavers were completely mixed up. What you're about to hear is so outrageous, it would actually be funny if it wasn't so painful.
Where is my grandmother?
There were 4 wakes scheduled tonight at the Ortiz Funeral Home in Washington Heights. All 4 ended with families furious.
It was the wrong person with my grandmother close.
Relatives tried to mourn 80-year-old Maria Castro tonight, only to learn her body was nowhere to be found. 3.5 hours later, they brought in a casket, but I'm told it was the wrong body dressed in their grandmother's clothes.
It was probably one of the most horrendous moments I've ever experienced in my life.
Jeremy Rodriguez's family paid $11,000 for their 24-year-old to be buried with dignity and respect. Relatives tell me someone else's body from the night before was still in their chapel. When Jeremy's body finally arrived hours late, the family says they had to wheel him in and wheel out the other casket because there was no staff on hand. Mourners explained there was only one woman working here and she didn't last the night.
The lady who is on site collapsed, where also family members had to call the ambulance.
Nancy Rivera says by the time her mother's body arrived, also hours late, there were no rosary beads, no cross, and the flowers ordered were just dumped in the front vestibule.
I just happened to turn around and I saw the flowers. I had to take them and put them in the room.
Rafael Garcia loved a good joke in life, but his family is not laughing tonight. His body was delivered 3 hours late and in someone else's clothes.
If you loved your loved ones, do not bring them here because this is inhuman.
Now, we reached out to RG Ortiz Funeral Home for comment. So far, no response. These families complain they spent thousands of dollars for services they argue they did not receive. We're live in Washington Heights tonight. I'm Lucy Yang for Channel 7 Eyewitness News.